In our last two sessions, we've been talking about a woman who complained bitterly about her marriage and her life. She said she was willing to do anything to change her life, but when I described a course of action that would enable her to do that, she didn't do a thing. When I met with her a second time, again I asked her what she was willing to do to change her life, and again she said anything. But this time I told her I didn't believe her. What we say with our lips means nothing. I told her that we demonstrate what we believe with what we do. I've closely observed and talked with thousands of people. Almost everyone is desperately looking for a lasting happiness they don't have. They try to find it with money, power, praise, approval, and sex, among other things, but they never succeed. There's only one thing in this world that leads to genuine happiness: real love. When I talk with unhappy people, I often suggest that they can find love and happiness by simply telling the truth about themselves, which creates the opportunity to experience the feeling of being accepted for who they really are. And that's real love. Once anyone feels enough of that acceptance, the entire world changes for them. But despite the simplicity of finding real love, and even though almost everyone I talk to is initially excited about the concept of real love, only a small proportion of the people I talk to actually do what it takes to find it. People want happiness without effort or risk. They want real love without telling the truth. They want their problems to go away without doing what it takes to change themselves. They look for the world to magically make them happy. None of those things can ever happen. Years ago, I watched a movie about the conflict between the FBI, led by the mythical crime fighter Eliot Ness, and the crime world of the very real Al Capone in Chicago. Ness wanted to bring Capone down, but he didn't want to get his hands dirty. He somehow hoped that if he stood on a soapbox and preached against crime, the city would rise up and bring Mr. Capone down. Ness fought crime like a gentleman, but Capone didn't fight back that way, and Ness was losing. Ness was becoming more and more frustrated, and finally he got the advice of an old Chicago beat cop who said that it would take extraordinary measures to win the war with Capone. But still, Ness resisted. Finally, Ness, played by Kevin Costner, learned that Capone had put out an order to have Ness's wife and child killed, and he went to the older cop, played by Sean Connery, for advice. Ness said, "I want to get Capone." And the cop said, "Do you really want to get him? Because if you do, the real question is, what are you prepared to do about it?" Ness said, "I'll do anything." And then the cop said, "Then let's get to work." I've listened to countless people tell me what they want, most of which can be distilled into a few wishes. I want people to like me. I want a better marriage. I want to be a better parent. I want to be happier. It really doesn't matter what we want if we don't do what it takes to get it. What matters is what we're prepared to do. If I say that I want to be an Olympic athlete and then I sit on the couch watching television all day, it's clear I don't really want to be an athlete, isn't it? If I'm not prepared to train extensively, I don't really want what I say with my words. I think that most of the time we badly deceive ourselves. We say we want to be happy, but we're not willing to do what it takes to get there. What we really want is for everyone else to make sacrifices, everyone else to change, and the world to revolve around us. It's unbelievably selfish and quite impossible. So I ask you, what are you prepared to do? If you consistently tell the truth about yourself and wait for the unconditional acceptance that will come, you'll have a lifetime of love, growth, and happiness. It's well worth the effort.